Well, hey everybody, we are live and I have my friend. I like to call her my friend, even though we haven't spoken yet until today, have we, Rhonda?
That's right.
But it completely feels like we're friends because I think it was mid-September when we kind of found each other online.
You found me.
You know why I found you? Because I was sprinting my sprint challenge and I felt so by myself. And then I saw you sprinting and I was so happy that I wasn't the only one. And so, yeah, I think I reached out to you at that point. And look, there's Nicole herself popping in to say hello.
Hi, Nicole.
Well, the former fat girl herself. Yes, we are live now. We could trade places. I was watching her live with Nourishment Redacted Ellie just a little bit ago. So welcome, Nicole. So anyways, that's how we met, and we've become fast friends, I would say, through YouTube.
We're neighbors.
We're neighbors. Yes, it's not very many Californians. Have you found any very many other Californians, Rhonda, that are eating?
You're the only one that I know of.
Serious.
No one else has told me where they're from. So, yeah.
There's one lady that follows me that's in San Diego.
Okay.
So there's you and there's her and there's me, and we're just kind of holding it down for the state. If anyone else from California, please chime in. Now, there's a few that are former Californians. Like, I used to live there and I know where you are, but now I'm in Tennessee, or now I'm in, wherever. So
Larry from Carnivore Quest. He used to live in SoCal, I believe, too.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a few. And this is how I feel. This is how I feel too, that California is the vegan capital.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially here in Southern California, being close to Hollywood like I am, I just feel like, wow.
Berkeley too. Berkeley too.
You're Berkeley too. You're absolutely 100% right about that. So yeah, Keto Cheetos in Tennessee.
Yay, Keto Cheeto, my fellow veteran.
There we go. Yes, I want to get into that too because you are a veteran. So now that we've got some people in here, why don't you introduce yourself for those of people that are here that don't know you yet? Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your health and your weight loss journey up to now.
Okay, so my name is Rhonda, and I was born in Southern California. Born in Los Angeles, but lived in Pasadena for my first 5 years, and then moved to Sacramento with my parents. Grew up here most of my life. And then when I was 19 years old, a year after high school, I joined the Air Force. And I just want to say I had a little bit of a weight problem then because I was about 12 to 15 pounds overweight, and I couldn't get into the Air Force until I lost that weight. I'm only 5'3", and they said that I couldn't weigh more than 128 pounds. So I did lose that weight. But I had to starve myself, and I ended up passing out on my way to my examination entrance station in Oakland. Wow. So anyway, during my Air Force career, I'll actually say I was a 902 for people who don't know what that is. That's my Air Force specialty code, and that's basically a medical services specialist. It's like a medical tech. I guess that's what that would be equivalent to. Okay. So I did that, and was in the Air Force for 4 years, active duty, and then I served my 2 years reserves as active duty as well. So during that time, I maintained my weight, because if I didn't, I would have been put on the weight management program. And so they're pretty strict about that. So anyway, it wasn't until I got out of the Air Force in 1989, I started working for the state of California. And gradually, I began to gain weight because of all the potlucks they have at the state departments for every single thing you can think of. New employee, somebody leaving, somebody got promoted, someone's birthday, someone got married. It didn't matter what it was. We ate and celebrated all the time. And so it was about, by the time I was 30 years old, because I think I was, I don't know how old I was. I'm not good with my math. But I guess from Yeah, I had my son at 25. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I have a son. He was born at Travis Air Force Base. That's where I was
Okay.
stationed, and I was 23 when he was born. So I got out a couple years after that. So I was 25 when I started working for the state, and so by the time I was 30, only 5 years later, I I don't know what I weighed at that point, but I was walking to work and I got real dizzy. I felt like I was just going to black out. And so I made an urgent care appointment and they diagnosed me with hypertension. So I was on blood pressure medicine since 30, 30
Oh,
years because I'm 60 right now.
wow. And you don't look 60
Oh, thank you.
at
I
all.
colored my hair. That helps.
Yes, it does.
So, so I was taking those blood pressure medicines all up into like recently, but I'll go into that later. I want to jump forward to the year 2000, right before I got married to my second husband. I went on this master cleanse diet because, I had gained weight from all those potlucks from the state.
Yep.
And I want to say I had like 15, I wanted to lose 15 pounds to get into this wedding.
Ooh, we
And I went
there.
on the Master Cleanse diet, which is a lemonade. Actually, it's a maple syrup with cayenne pepper and lemon juice, I believe. So I went on that diet for a couple weeks because it's basically starving myself again to get in the wedding dress. And I was 150 pounds at my wedding day. And so fast forward 2001, I had my daughter. And from that point on, I started gaining weight again. So by the time my daughter was 2 years old, I think I weighed 200 pounds. So yeah, so I weighed that for, a few years. I think, for at least a good 5 years, I weighed 200 pounds. And I
Wow.
didn't want to take photos. I didn't like myself. And I think I only found one photo where I weighed that. So after, so by the time my daughter was 2, in 2003, I went on Atkins that someone told me about at work. So I think a lot of us are familiar with Atkins. It's similar to carnivore, except for they're a little less restrictive with the carbs because we could have some carbs and we could have Splenda and we could, I think, seed oils. I still was eating seed oils and I was eating the wrong kinds of meat. I was eating lean meat, didn't have any beef. So I lost weight on that. But, um, I kept, after the induction phase, I kept reintroducing the carbohydrates and my favorite sweets. And
Mhm.
I gained all that way back. 200 pounds. So
Wow.
anyway, I guess I have to jump to 2020 because you're asked about my weight loss journey. 2020 is when I started. I guess that was around when COVID was in. I started on this plant paradox diet, which is by Dr. Gundry, and basically that is about removing plants and toxic vegetables that contain lectins. He didn't talk about oxalates though and other chemicals, but he was more focused on lectins and removing the nightshades and um, certain only eating certain types of nuts or certain types of potatoes, like not the white potato, but you could have the sweet potato and things like that. So I did lose 50 pounds on that. I stayed on that diet for about a year and a half. And then because I was watching all the podcasts by Dr. Gundry, Dr. Anthony Chaffee's videos started coming up in my feed. And I think because it was related to the toxins in plants. So that video was called Plants Are Trying to Kill You. And so that really intrigued me. And it took me a while though, because I was doubtful about it. But after I binge watched Anthony Chaffee, Dr. Barry's videos started coming up. And I binge watched all his videos as well. And so by January 2023, I decided to go ahead and give carnivore a try and see. I mainly did it to see if it would lower my blood pressure. because I had already lost 50 pounds previously. So fast forward, not only 3 months later did it lower my blood pressure, I also lost another 30 pounds. So I lost a total of 80 pounds. But as of today, I lost another 5 pounds. So I lost 85 pounds total since the weight loss journey began. Whew, that was a long answer. Sorry about that.
No, I love a good long answer. It's so interesting to me. And while you were talking, a lot of people interested in your the military stuff you were talking about. So
Okay.
Akito Cheeto wants to know if you trained in San Antonio.
Of course. That's where all the basic training is located, unless it's changed since I was enlisted, because, you know, I went in 1983, okay?
Been a
And back
minute.
then it was a lot easier. Basic training was only 6 weeks back then. Now I hear it's 8 weeks. But yes, San Antonio, and I barely passed the physical, then the obstacle course. I barely passed that. You couldn't fail more than 3, and I failed 3. So I
Ooh.
passed though.
All right, you got it.
and then I went to Shepherd Air Force Base after that, which is it's in Texas. I think it's near an army base. Is it Fort Worth? I think it's near. So I went there from my tech school.
Yeah, Keto Cheeto said, I think in one of his other comments, he was in the Army. So
Right. Thank you for your service too.
that's right. Thank you for everyone's service. In case I missed anyone that was served in our military, that's just fantastic. All of you guys that do that for us. And then Nicole, who I think she said she was in the Air Force for 14 years. I think that's what her comment said. Sorry, Nicole, if that's wrong. I'm looking at 2 different things here. But she says, Rhonda, what was your AFSC? Where were you stationed?
902 C, I think it was. So that I was stationed at Travis Air Force Base, California. So I got to stay in California the whole time, except for on my TDY, which is temporary duty assignments. I did get to go to a few places within the United States. I never been overseas. So I've been to Hawaii. That was my favorite place, Hawaii, at Hickam Air Force Base.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So there's a few new people coming in. My friend, the carnivore cabbie,
Yeah. Hi.
is here. So hi, I've just gotten to know him. And Becky is in here, the keto Oregonian. She said she can just stop in for a minute. But I'm curious
Becky.
about this. I got to go watch this, Becky. She says her new video today was oven-made butter bites. I don't know that I've heard about that method. So
that sounds good.
So yeah, I know, Rhonda, you made some butter bites on your channel. I watched you do that. That's one of the things I want to try. So what inspired you to start a carnivore? I know you said you watched the doctors. You kind of did the reverse order of me, because you did Chafee and then Berry. I did Berry and then Chafee.
Yes.
Binge watched all of them. So is that pretty much just that way of eating? Like, I know you said at first it seemed strange not to eat anything but meat. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Well, because it goes against what everybody tells you and the doctors. And my mom, she's concerned. Say your mom. She's very concerned. She still is. She says she wants to see my blood work, and all she's thinking about is that cholesterol, which I did get those results back. I should be making a video tomorrow or next couple of days about that.
Awesome. Yeah, I have a good story about that. I don't even know if I'm ready to make my video. I've leaked a little bit about it, because yeah, it's pretty crazy what happened to me when I got my blood work.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope that you can share it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this isn't about me. This is about you. But suffice it to say, my triglycerides and HDL were fantastic. My HDL to triglyceride, or triglyceride to HDL ratio should be under 1.5, and mine was 0.85. But my LDL was skyrocketed through the roof. I don't even know the exact number, but like we're talking 300s. And my doctor's immediate reaction was to call me freaking out when I couldn't even see the results yet. So where I am through Quest Labs, they said, I logged in to try to see them after the phone call from her, which she just left a message, which basically said, your cholesterol is the highest number I've ever seen. like in my career as a doctor, and you either need to change your diet or go on a statin. That was all she said. She didn't say numbers. She said nothing. And I couldn't see them because I think there's some law in California, because when I logged into Quest, it said, your doctor has your results, but we can't unlock them for you if you're in California or like a couple other states. I think it's like a timing thing. So like your doctor has to get them first before you get them. So I don't know if you experienced that, but I did.
I have Kaiser, so I get my results online, and then they'll mail me a hard copy. So I did go and look at that today.
Yeah. So my doctor had access to the numbers, but I did not. It took a day and a half for me to be able to see them. In the meantime, she called me a second time, leaving a similar message. When I was finally able to see my numbers, I'm not now I know because I didn't even respond to her because I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see what any of the numbers were, and she didn't tell me what they were. So I'm not, now that I know what they are, I'm not as concerned, but I did go, I went to Own Your Labs, paid out of pocket to get a particle density test on that LDL. So I had bloods drawn today for that.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I've been watching some other things, because let me tell you, my thyroid is a little low and my vitamin D is a little low. Do you think she mentioned either of those things to me? No, she sure didn't. So when I called her back to let her know that I would handle this through diet, so I didn't say I was going to change my diet. I said, I'll handle this through my diet.
That's what I'm going to say too.
Yep. So basically that was it. I never got another phone call. And so I guess she's leaving me on my own to try to help myself with my thyroid and my vitamin D. So that's where we are. And I know this is like not my interview, but
they didn't test me for vitamin D. That's funny, but my thyroid was on there, and that looked like it was a normal range. So I was glad for that.
Yeah, very good. I've often suspected my whole life that my thyroid was low. I just didn't have I don't like, needles. I tend to pass out.
I'm used to it because I study phlebotomy as well. So
you did, and you have that medical training there, so you're good with it. I don't do well with blood.
So when you go to school for the phlebotomy, you're the guinea pig, and you have to. Everybody practices on you. So I know where my veins are, and I tell them where they are. It's just right there. But you know what? Since I've lost weight, you can see my veins. I can see them. You don't have to feel for them anymore.
You know what happened to me is they could never, ever, ever find them. And when I started sprinting, I've increased my blood flow or something, because they don't have a problem finding my veins now. Wow. It made it so much easier for me to go get that blood drawn. It was super cool.
See, Dr. Deshawn was right.
Yes.
He said you'll be able to see your pulses pretty soon.
Now that's the next thing I'm looking for, is that visible pulse. But for sure, my veins are more visible, so it was much easier to do that blood draw for the bloods. So yeah, I'll wait. I won't make you give spoilers on my channel, Miss Rhonda. I will wait for your video. There's a video coming soon, but I feel like my story isn't done yet, because now I'm doing like some things for my thyroid. I'm looking for another doctor. So there's some more things to my story before I make a whole, video about it. But
okay. Well, I guess I gave a teeny spoiler away, but you guys will have to wait for my video. Hopefully it'll be out. If not tomorrow, the day after.
Yeah, let me put up the banner. I do have a banner. I'm like not being a very good host. Okay, here we go, you guys. If you are not subscribed to her channel, here it is. So this actually is a perfect segue to my next question, which is, what does your current day or week of eating look like? And then has it changed at all from like when you first, because you've been carnivore a while, almost a year, like 9 months or so. 10 months. Okay, so I'm slacking on that.
Day 301. Day 301.
So over 300 days. So how does a day of eating look for you? And has that changed from, 301 days ago?
Oh, when I first started in January, I was strict B, and E, triple BD. And I didn't veer from that. I was strict with that. Oh, I did have dairy with it though. So I did have that. And then after the 3-month period, when I saw improvements, I I don't think I strayed from that because I would add a little bit more dairy. Like I did the heavy whipping cream. I had the coffee. Oh, during that whole time when I first started, oh, definitely was a. Um, I had to have that coffee every morning. I made the bulletproof coffee with the butter, and the heavy whipping cream, and I put stevia in it. So since then, I have cut out coffee. So that has changed because of Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. She talked me into giving it up. And so as a result of giving that coffee up, I also gave up the stevia because that was the only thing I used it for. So that part's changed. And then the month of October, I did change up to join Robin Heron, hashtag carnivorous grandma, on the Sea Lion Challenge. And yes, I saw Robin's message. Yes, we made it. Well, technically one more day. I plan to fast. I plan to fast tomorrow, so I'm done.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Just fast through that last day. I love it.
My short will be, okay, this is my this is my meal, water.
I think last time you fasted, you had an empty plate. It was funny.
Yeah. So that changed this month because I didn't eat as much seafood. Oh, in fact, when I first started Triple B and E, I didn't have seafood because I didn't know that was allowed then. Then Dr. Berry said, if he would change that and say to add the seafood. And especially, I think at my age, like Anita, ketogenic woman, said that at our age, we do need more than omega-3s. So that has changed. And I'm glad for the Sea Lion Challenge because I ate seafood almost every day. I took like 2 or 3 days off, but I'm going to incorporate that more when I go back to Triple B and E on November 1st.
Okay.
So I guess that's what's changed as far as the diet, the eating. So what I eat in a day pretty much is what I've been uploading on my shorts. So beef, okay, outside of the challenge, beef, butter, bacon, eggs. I love the power bowls. The just scrambling up. I cook the bacon first, and then in the bacon grease, I'll scramble up maybe beef sausages or hamburger, and then, scramble the eggs in there. So I mix all that together, add some butter on the side and sprinkle it with the bacon bits that I fried up. And that's my power bowl right there. And sometimes I'll add some cheese, some white mozzarella cheese or white cheddar cheese on top. But I use that sparingly. I don't overdo it on the cheese because it is addicting. And it can put on weight. And I think that's why I dropped an extra 5 pounds on the Sea Lion because I couldn't have dairy on this challenge. So I think that makes a big difference.
Definitely cut that out. So Lady Fritzader just has a question for you. I popped it up now because it's about the Sea Lion. So she says, everyone refers to the Sea Lion diet. I haven't heard anyone explain it yet. Is it just seafood in addition to the lion diet?
Okay. I did explain it in a couple of videos, and then I made a separate video to the non-carnivores who were watching me because they asked me that too. What is sea lion? And some of them didn't know what carnivore was or what the lion diet was. So I recently made a video. So I explained that the lion diet, first I explained that, which is only ruminant meat, such as beef, bison, venison, lamb, that has 4 stomachs because they need those 4 chambers to break down the plants that they eat. And that's why beef is so nutrient dense. So that's all the lion diet does, that they just eat only ruminant meat, salt, and water. They don't eat anything else, nothing else. So the Sea Lion is just a spin off of that. Ruminant meat only, meat, salt, water, with the addition of seafood. So that's what the Sea Lion Challenge is. So I hope that explains it. Mm-hmm.
And can I tell you that I know the omega-3s are good for me. Okay. I know it. I just, with the seafood, I'm so bad, but your food looks so good. I'm like, if she served me that, I would eat that seafood.
Wow. I don't know. Have you had, I know you don't like seafood though. Have you had other types like shrimp or scallops?
I think some of it is when I was a kid, my mom cooked a lot of stuff in the microwave, and she would microwave like fish and chicken and stuff, and then I had to eat it. And that, in our generation, it was you eat what's in front of you, you eat what your mom makes. there's no other dinner, there's no other options, and you sit at the table till you're done. And so I was very compliant, even with the stuff I like I didn't like fish, but like I really don't like peas. I would choke those peas down, liver, whatever. She didn't make me eat a lot of liver, but yep. But she would microwave it, and it was so gross.
It
And
doesn't
I
taste
think,
good microwave, no.
right? And so I think that's my problem.
But I don't know. I mean, you're younger than I am, but my generation the same way. My father was really strict, and he made me eat everything on my plate, and we couldn't throw anything away. I had to try to sneak it in a napkin if I didn't want it and throw it away. But that's how our generation was. We had to eat everything, and they would always say, "Well, there's starving people in Africa, so
Thank you. Yes.
if I ate the food, I'm not helping them anyway. And if I throw it away, they're still not getting that food." So
that is so funny, because you're right. You're one generation ahead of me. Like, you're a boomer, you said, and I'm an X. But my dad would use that line: "There's starving children in Africa, so you're going to eat that food."
Right.
Yeah, 100%. I heard that.
By the time I ship it over to them, it's no good.
That's right. Yeah. That's so funny. Well, anyway, your food looks delicious. I'll show it late. Like, I'm going to show your channel later. You guys will see. You guys go over there and take a peek at it, because it's really good looking. Okay, so have you faced any challenges, physical or mental, with this way of eating? And if so, how have you handled those?
Okay, so at the beginning, when I first started carnivore, I'm not going to lie, I had, I think, severe withdrawal symptoms from the carbohydrates. And it almost wanted to make me quit, because I didn't realize sugar would do that. I had real bad headaches, and I don't know, my mood was off. I think I had trouble sleeping at first. I mean, my stomach wasn't feeling right, because I had to get used to eating beef. I didn't really eat a lot of beef before, and getting used to eating the fat. So it was an adjustment period. They call it the adaptation period. And it took about the whole 3 months for me to get through that. And then even a little bit later, about 6 months into the carnivore, I think I started having oxalate dumping. I can't prove it, but I had an infection. I thought was an infection, and different rashes on my skin, and that I never had before. And it lasted for maybe a month. So I finally made an appointment with the OBGYN. Okay, I'm not going to go too TMI.
Nope, got it. No, you don't have to say anymore. We got you.
They diagnosed me with an autoimmune issue. That I never had any autoimmune issues. It was called lichen sclerosis. So they gave me the cortisone cream to put on it, and since I'm my age, they tried to put me on it's the HRT. I think that's what I don't know. It was estradiol. I never took it, as I was reading all the side effects and all the what could go wrong, and I was like, I know I'm not taking that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I did I took the cortisone though for the 10 days, whatever, and it went away and it never came back. It was like a one-time thing. So I don't know if that was oxalate dumping or not, because it's just something I never had, and some of the rashes I had, they went away, and I also broke out in some hives. I don't know if that was from like too much sardines or too much histamines. I don't know what it was. It might be part of the adaptation period or oxalate dumping. But that was during that first 6 months, and now I haven't had any issues since then. I forgot what the exact question was. Did I have any complications?
Physical, I know it was kind of a broad question too. Physical or mental challenges.
Okay, so that was both physical and mental, the withdrawals.
Yes.
And then when I gave up coffee, it was like doing triple B&E challenge all over again, because I went through the same withdrawals with the caffeine.
Did you do cold turkey on that coffee?
Okay, wait, no, I thought I said yes. I said yes, but I meant no, because I wanted to use up the coffee I had.
Okay.
So I had the K-Pods, and so I did I would kind of spread it out every other day. But then when I ran out, it was gone. Kind of like what Robin is doing. So it was
Yeah.
gone.
Okay.
So, but I had the headaches right that week
Yeah.
after I quit. Yeah. So I
I'm
think it lasted a week, maybe a week and a half. Yeah.
yeah. I'm thinking about just because of my thyroid that I might need to at the very least cut back, but I think I'm gonna have to do some decaf or something. It's
Mm,
just such a part. It's just such a part of my.
yep.
You know what I mean? And I think I'm gonna
Oh,
have to go decaf first.
it's a
You
comfort.
know?
It's another comfort thing. It
Yeah,
is.
it
And I
is.
tried to substitute it with sometimes I will drink tea, but I heard tea is just as bad. I don't know. Like green tea,
Yeah,
no. But or the matcha green tea, but if that's just as bad, I need to not drink that either. And
yeah.
then I tried to substitute with bone broth that I would just make like you do,
Mhm,
and then I would
mhm,
add butter and my
mhm.
electrolyte element to it, and what else did I add? I think that was it. And I would froth that up. Oh, an egg yolk, and froth that
Okay.
up,
Yeah, I
and
saw
so it's
you
like
do
a
that.
fatty latte. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, Robin's been doing those fatty lattes
Hmm.
too, instead of the she said G on Hanging with the Browns recommended them. And
Oh,
so
okay.
she puts like her collagen and some I don't really know, some fat in there, and then yeah,
I
she
think
froths it up.
tallow, I think.
I
Yeah.
think tallow, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to do the decaf route first. I think
It
I
just
can do
doesn't
it.
taste good.
Right. I think that if I don't do that, I'm not gonna do it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think that's the baby step I need.
My
Uh,
mom, she mixes half decaf with half caffeine because I think she's
there you
trying to get
go.
off of it too. So that helps, but I hate the taste of, I don't know what it is about decaf. It's different. No one, you can't fool me with that. It's totally different.
Really.
And
I
it,
haven't really done it, but I think I just with because I do put a little heavy cream in there and my chocolate element in there.
oh, so
And
good.
so I just if I don't have my element every other day, I do get leg cramps and some headaches, I notice. And I know
Oh,
I could do the unflavored, but I'm telling you, I don't have any cravings and things like
mhm.
that. So, but just Jason Keto here says he totally replaced his morning coffee with element and gets way more energy from that.
Oh, wow.
So that's amazing. I think if I can keep the ritual with the decaf first, I just really think that that's going to be helpful to me. Yes, thank you, Nicole. There's no point to decaf, just like there's no point to sugar free.
Thank you.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But I just think I've been doing this for so long. It's just part of my morning ritual. I think it'll help me step down, and then from there, maybe we'll see. I don't know. Yes, Keto Cheeto chocolate element. If you haven't heard of it,
Hmm.
it is one of their flavors. It does have a little stevia. It's really good hot though. Um,
Okay, to try that.
Try it, and they do have other flavor. Like they have a caramel chocolate. Oh, there's Aaron, the low carbist. Yes, yes, love the yes, Aaron. I know you're my coffee across America buddy. Tell us in the chat, Aaron, about the Element chocolate flavors. I know there's caramel, and I think you said mint. She's the one who told me about them. They come out during the holidays. So
Mhm.
anyway, so how about other people in your family, Rhonda? Does anyone else in your family eat this way? And what kind of support system do you have at
Well,
home
my
with?
husband's been doing dirty carnivore.
Okay, a little dirty carnivore. All right.
he's he's mostly meat based, and he had a bag of nuts last night, and I said, "Oh God, that has so many oxalates in it." But that's why I couldn't have nuts because I would eat the whole thing as well. It's
Yep.
addicting. But anyway, he does it, and my mom, I think she tried it for a week or two, but she wants her vegetables in there, and she's not convinced because it's not balanced diet. That's what she says. Um, and my daughter tried it for, I don't even think she made it 2 weeks. She had severe withdrawals. On it was
Oh,
she had I don't know, like crying, sobbing. Like with it was just. I think I was trying to do it with her cold turkey, and I should have gradually eased her into it. So I
Yeah.
had eliminated everything, and she didn't want to give up the sodas. So
Right. It's
yeah.
rough. It's rough. I would definitely recommend easing into it for anybody giving this a try. Even though I eased into carnivore, I definitely had a few adaptation, like 3 weeks of like running to the bathroom and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went like keto to ketovore to carnivore over like a few months. But yeah, it's like when I took out the last of the, I don't even know what it was, like probably broccoli and stuff and pecans and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not pecania, pecans.
Got
When I
it.
took less of that stuff out, yeah, I was running the bathroom. Fortunately, it was still part of my summer vacation because if I had been teaching, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like you can't just leave 30 children to run to the bathroom 5 times.
That's
You know,
right. Yeah.
so it worked out for me, and I got over it before school started. Back in August.
Luckily, I didn't have too many issues with the bathroom. Thank goodness. A couple of times if I had too much rendered fat, but that was just a couple of times because I think my problem was getting enough of it. I needed to add more. So that's why I started making the butter bites to try to get more fat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Renee, I'm popping this up because I feel you on that Diet Dr. Pepper. She's nursing her last Diet Dr. Pepper again. So I have not. I mean, full confession, I drink way less soda, but it's not totally gone. But I used to drink 4 or 5 a day, like Diet Dr. Pepper, Coke Zeros. Those were my 2 favorites. Well, they are my 2 favorites. I might drink one every other day. I'll go a whole day and be like, oh, I haven't had a soda. Wow, that's and it kind of surprises me. They're not totally gone, but I just feel good that they're so much less, and I don't crave them. I don't like just binge drink them.
Oh, I used to crave them. I used to drink a lot of soda. And when I started Plant Paradoxes, when I gave up the sodas, but I substitute with the San Pellegrino mineral water, and that gives me the same kind of flavor. And if you add the flavored element to it, it's like a soda. So that is really good.
That's a good tip because So you said butter bites. Now I can't find it. I think Becky said there it is. There it is. She said she put the mango chili element in the brown butter bites.
I have to try that one. I only did the chocolate, which I love the chocolate.
Yes, that sounds good. The reason I haven't done it, I mean, I have all the butter and I have the element. What I don't have is the little molds, the little cute little silicone molds you need to pour it into. So
I think I got them at Walmart in the candy section. Yeah.
I need to get some of those so I can give that a try. I think I might make them for Thanksgiving and bring that. I don't really know what I'm supposed to bring yet, but I'm trying to figure out what I can do that is, that I'll feel good about bringing. Okay. Well, I know this answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. What about exercise, Rhonda? Do you incorporate exercise, and what benefits have you seen?
Yes, I do. I walk every day, and I also sprint 3 times a week. I started sprinting in July, so it's only been 3 months, right?
Yeah.
So I've been sprinting Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I did it this morning. Even my mom, she's trying to join me on that.
Ooh, nice.
So I only did 6 sets today, and I haven't timed it, but I'm assuming it's between 15 and 20 seconds a set. Sometimes I'll push myself to do 8 to 10 sets. Okay. But I only felt like 6 today. That was it.
Yeah, I think I pulled my left quadricep, so I haven't sprinted in about a week.
Yeah.
Because I just noticed it doesn't hurt all the time, but when I try to sprint and then I can't like stretch it, I can barely stretch it. Like it really hurts. It's not flexible. So I'm like, I think I need a little break from the sprinting. But I might give it a try again next month when I start up I'm doing a couple fitness challenges. I have planks, which you said you might join me on planks.
I think I will. Yeah.
Okay. So planks, Mike, you going to plank it up with us? Mike Shaw TV, I'm talking to you. We're going to do planks next month. And I'm also doing a fun hula hoop challenge with my friend, Carrie. at my metamorphosis. So we got our weighted hula hoops, and we're going to start that next month as well. I thought that would just bring a little joy
Mm-hmm.
and fun into it. Remind me of my childhood. Did you hula hoop as a kid when you were a kid?
I did. In fact, I was looking for my hula hoop because I had one I bought from Kaiser. It looks similar to yours with the colors, you know,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I could have swore we had it out in the garage somewhere because I was thinking if I could find that, I might try to do it. But it's a weighted one, and it was
Yeah.
hurting my ribs
Oh,
when I
yes.
was hula hooping with it.
I
So,
wonder how heavy it is. Mine is 3 pounds, and it has quite a bit of foam on there to
okay.
help with that, but I could definitely feel it. Hey, Nicole says she has to head off, so I want to put, because she
Um,
says before she heads off, though, she wants to know, how did you convince your mom to give this way of eating a shot?
I didn't. I didn't even talk her into it. She
Oh,
saw my weight loss because she and I used to weigh close to the same amount,
okay.
and that impressed her. So she did try it just because of that. But I told her it's not just about weight loss. It's about getting metabolically healthy. But she's not doing carnivore. She wants to do the Mediterranean diet.
Hmm,
So I'm probably not going to convince her to do this. But at least she
okay.
tried it. At least she tried it.
Yeah, she gave it a shot. So
Mhm.
my mom is a heavy meat-based keto. She's doing fantastic. So I'm
All
not going
right.
to, I know I'm not going to convince her to give up the last of those veggies. And I don't think I actually need to.
Mhm.
Nicole was on a live with, or she was live and I was watching her. And I had
Mhm.
put in there, my mom is 71. She takes no medication. She walks like 15,000 steps a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I don't even do that. She used to have like arthritis feelings in her hands, and she says that's gone. So even at 71, she's reversing that stuff. I
That's
wanted to ask
amazing.
her, yeah, she had, before she went on this way of eating, she had to have that surgery for a trigger finger. She had a trigger finger, and they had to release the tendon. And I guess like once you have it once, it sort of tends to be recurrent.
Mhm.
But I'm hoping now that she's eating this way that it's not going to recur. So I've been meaning to ask her, how that's feeling, because she probably had that surgery, I don't know, maybe about a year ago. And then she started eating heavy meat-based keto in March.
My
But
mom had the same thing on her thumb.
oh, okay.
The trigger,
So
yeah.
yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, we'll see, but she's planning some trips, and stay tuned because my mom and myself and Miss the carnivorous grandma and her mom are going to have a fun, like, mother-daughter, like, we're going to do a mother-daughter video. It's going to be fun.
Wow. That will be. Oh, wow.
So yeah, so that'll be good. So oops, she says she's got to go,
Oh,
but
bye,
everyone push the
Nicole.
like button. So bye, Nicole, thank you so much for stopping in. So besides your family then, because it sounds like your husband is the dirty carnivore, and then everyone else sort of tried it and then had too many problems, didn't make it over that hump of the getting over the carb addictions or sugars or whatever. What other like support system do you have that helps you stay on track? Because you've stayed on track for 301 days. That's pretty amazing.
I didn't. I didn't say that.
You didn't stay on track. Oh, so you had some times where you were not able to.
I on my birth
Were
month
you
in August, I had ice cream maybe
good for
every
you?
other day. So that was my only cheat, but yeah, so I was not on track. I'm not perfect. In
Okay,
fact, I think I
good for
said
you.
it in some of my videos
Yeah.
that from time to time I will treat myself because Dr. Kiltz gave me permission. You can have it from time to time, but not all the time. So um, because I have to be realistic. I know there's people who are so strict and are never deviate,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of us do have where we kind of fall back. But I think as long as we just get back up and like if I have one meal or one day where I messed up and I probably planned it. I mean, I knew I was going to do it. I just didn't
Mhm.
accidentally fall off,
Right, right, right.
So
You said it was like a conscious choice.
right, like
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, Thanksgiving's coming up and I have to cook for my family and my family who's coming over. I'm not going to promise I'm not going to eat something that I make, but at least the stuff I make, I don't have any seed oils in there. It's going to be the
Mhm.
healthier version than going
Mhm.
out. So I probably will have a piece of my pumpkin pie that I'm going to make. So you know what I mean? But the next day I'm going to go right back on track.
Yeah.
So, and I hope the carnivore police don't hate me for that, but I think most of us do. Most of us
Yes.
do fall, slip up or treat ourselves once in a
Well, yeah,
while.
I think in your case, that's a conscious choice. You're not something, you know what I mean? Like you're like, it's my birthday or it's Thanksgiving, and that's what I'm
Hmm.
gonna do. And then this is how I plan to, you know, go the
Hmm.
next day. Like I think that's awesome. That's
But
awesome.
for this challenge, I did not cheat at all.
Good for you.
I was strict the whole time, and even when I first started, my first 3 months of carnivore, I was strict. So I know I can do it. I put my mind to it, and to
Yeah.
be successful, I believe it's consistency over time. It's not what you do once in a blue moon. It's what you're doing consistently that will give you results.
Yeah. 100%. I hope my friend Erin is in here. She was. If she's still here, there she is. Yep, I knew she would. I knew she would chime in. So love that, Rhonda. It's okay to have something different and just start again the next day. I knew she would chime in because
Thank you.
multiple videos on that subject on her channel. So
Plus,
yeah.
there's more than one proper human diet. I think Robin even said that because there's the keto. You could be keto and have low carb fruits and vegetables. So that's not falling off, really. I mean, that's a proper human diet, in my opinion. And so there's different versions of carnivore. Some are
Yeah.
stricter than others, and if you can tolerate seasonings, for example, and it
Mhm.
doesn't bother you, go at it. If it does bother you, then you have to eliminate that from your food.
Yep. Bye, Keto Cheeto. Thanks for throwing some
Oh,
tips out there in
bye.
the chat. He was joking around the chat. You made me laugh. Thank you. um, oops, sorry, that was an accident, but she was saying bye.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm totally with you there. I feel like it's like everyone's n equals one. Like Nisha Berry says, what diet is she eating? She's eating the Nisha diet.
I like that.
Yep. And so that's totally how I feel about it. I am not against having some vegetables or low carb fruits like the berries and all of that. I think everybody has their own place on the proper human diet spectrum. The only reason I'm sticking to carnivore as closely as possible right now is because that's when I personally feel the best. And I think that's probably because I messed up my metabolism pretty good with all the yo-yo dieting. So maybe there'll come a point in time when I'm carnivore for long enough, that will heal. I know that I didn't have the same mental health benefit. Like I lost the 20 pounds on keto, but my mental health didn't change on keto. It was when I went carnivore that I had like the anxiety go away, the mental clarity, the energy, the better sleep. Like that all came to me through carnivore.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
for now,
agree.
I'm sticking to that, but that's not to say that I'll be that forever.
I agree with you though about feeling good. I mean, I'll admit I feel the best when I stick to it and pretty strict with the beef, butter, bacon, eggs, and dairy. If I
Mhm.
stick with that, I feel good. But I do notice, like when I told you I had the ice cream so much in my birth month, I did feel the bloating. So I could feel my stomach bloating. So I mean, I know that wasn't the best for me. So you're right. I do feel like you better when I'm stricter. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you say to critics of this way of eating anywhere on the proper human diet spectrum? And when they say that it's unsustainable, what do you say
Well,
to those
I guess I would say that it's unsustainable to have to keep taking medication. Like for me, it would be unsustainable to have to take blood pressure medicines for the rest of my life. It's unsustainable to keep suffering from, if you have acid reflux, to keep suffering from that and have to take medication to relieve that. It's unsustainable to suffer from bloating, gas. And I know a lot of people who have IBS. It's unsustainable to have to just suffer through that. And it's unsustainable to keep having sugar spikes and then you're not feeling well or your energy crashes. To me, that's unsustainable. And I don't know. It's I don't know what else to say on that.
Yeah, I'm with you. If people can just make it through the the adaptation phase, I think you called it. I've heard it called that before too. That's the hardest part. Once you get that under your belt, it's like, at least for me, it's so much better. Like, I'm so much better. Why would I go back? I don't even want to go back. I'm not tempted to go back, because why would I want to go back to living in brain fog, right? And anxiety ridden, and staying in bed for 10 hours but never feeling rested.
Right.
Not having energy for my kids. Like, my kids, they're teenagers now. I've got one turning 18 in like a week. So they're not going to be living with me for that much longer. I want to enjoy this time and not go back to being so tired that I can't, I don't have energy to live life with them, So yeah,
I definitely have more energy, and I'd rather have that than before. I remember when my son was smaller, and he would come and visit me, because I had him on the weekends at the time, and my ex-husband, had him during the week. And I would be so tired from the work week that, I just want to sleep and nap. And then my son would get disappointed, like, Mom, why are you sleeping? I want to do something. So, to me, that's unsustainable if you can't enjoy your time with your children. To me, it's just more sustainable to feel good, to feel your best.
Yeah, 100%. I know. I wish, it makes me sad for, I did spend time with them when they were younger, but it was like, I was like forcing one foot in front of the other to do it. Like, I wasn't enjoying it on the inside because I was just so exhausted. Like, I wish that I had the energy that I have now,
me too.
10 years ago, and they were little guys, but I can only go forward from here. So I definitely don't want to go back to eating like I was and feeling like I was before. So, so what, if any, health benefits have you noticed, or what have your non-scale victories have been? I know you've said you've lost like 85 pounds, which is, amazing. But what other health benefits have you noticed, or non-scale victories?
Well, improved sleep for one. Now that I've passed, this adaptation phase, I do notice I have more energy now. I do notice that my energy's increased, and when I'm strict with this way of eating, I have no more bloating. And I also notice, it could be my imagination, but I don't feel like I have body odor. Not like I used to. Like, I haven't worn deodorant in a while, and I'm like, I don't think I need it. And so that's kind of interesting.
You're not the only one.
And then, of course, my blood pressure. That was the first thing I noticed, that normalized. That's a non-scale.
So you said you were on medication for that?
For 30
years?
And then it was 3 different medications. The first one you're put on when you're diagnosed is a water pill called hydrochlorothiazide. They think I said it right. And then after a few years, that doesn't work anymore, and they have to put you on something else. And what they put me on before, I can't really pronounce it. Amlodipine, I think it's called. And that, I had side effects from that. I was swelling, my ankles were swelling, and I wasn't feeling good. So they put me on something else, atenolol, which I didn't have any effects from that. But I'm thinking, and there's people I know who had to be on, 3 or 4 at the same time. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. And I prayed a lot. I said, I don't want to be on any medication. There's got to be a way to heal naturally. So I feel that my prayers were answered through Anthony Chafee and Dr. Berry. So those are the non-scale that I know of now. But since being on the sea lion diet, I notice I'm not sore anymore when I sprint. I was always sore every day, or not every day, but every day that I ran or sprinted and walked, I could feel the soreness in my legs. So it seemed like that was always there. But this month, so maybe there's something to the dairy. I have not been sore. So that's another non-scale.
That there's something to the more fish, because I could do like get rid of my heavy cream. I don't know. Oh gosh. But if I have to. Maybe it's the more fish though.
I didn't think of that. You might be right. Yeah. I'd rather have it be that, and then keep my heavy cream in there.
And the little sprinkles of cheese from time to time. Please don't let me have to give that up.
Yeah, because there's food I like to make that calls for heavy cream and cheese, and I want to have that too
Yeah, from time
sometimes.
to time, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So
So,
the low carbist Erin here, she agrees with you. Yes to the body odor. It's gone. We did a whole video on our symptoms. I don't even think we got to do them all. We had to jump off. But yes, another symptom gone. I still wear deodorant like when I go to work because it's like the natural kind, and that actually does. Like if I used to use natural deodorant, I would feel like it did nothing, you know. So at least now I could wear that because I feel like I'm at work and I probably shouldn't stink, and like it's more like just in case, you know.
right.
Well, like today I didn't go in because I had that blood drawn and stuff, and or like if on weekends or whatever, we teachers get all the holiday breaks. When I'm off that week at Thanksgiving, I won't wear it. And I don't feel like I smell today at all.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing. I didn't expect that at all.
yeah.
And one more thing too was when I had my hygienist checkup, the dental hygienist,
Yeah.
there it was like amazing. It's like they hardly had to seem like clean or scrape any tartar off. It was like I don't know, as clean as my teeth have been. So
Yeah.
usually there's a lot they have to scrape off.
Okay. So my dentist is always shocked in a good, like I've always had excellent oral checkups at the dentist, but I always had to work at it. So I always did a good job, and they'd be like, why are you even here? Like, you put dentists out of business if everybody was like you and all this stuff. But I feel like I haven't had to, I feel like my teeth feel even cleaner, and I haven't really had to work that hard at it, you know? So I have an appointment on next, I think Monday or Tuesday. I forget. No, it can't be Tuesday because that's Lioness Lifestyle. Probably next Monday. And my son and I are going to go in, and it'll be interesting to see what they say. They probably won't notice a difference, but I will know that I had to do a lot less flossing, and you know what I mean, to get basically same results, which is kind of crazy to me. And I'm thinking of switching over to that, the Redmond's, the earth paste. It doesn't have the fluoride in it.
Yeah, I seen that at the store. I think I'm going to buy that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of next time I need toothpaste to switch to something like that, because I've heard that fluoride can stop you from, just today, because I was worried about my thyroid. So I was watching some videos about that, and the fluoride can stop you from absorbing your iodine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't use fluoride anymore either.
Yeah. So that's something I'm gonna try, I think. So let's see. And then the low carbist says too, she feels that when you were talking about when your kids were little and not having the energy, she has a daughter. And so she wishes she had done this when her daughter was little and would have had so much more energy. Yes.
Yeah, I wish I had started carnivore before, I had my children, because they would be, well, especially my daughter would be healthier. I don't feel she would have had ADHD or anxiety or eczema or all those issues she has. So
you are speaking my language. So both of my boys have ADHD. They have, one of them has eczema, one of them has a peanut allergy. So, it kind of makes me wonder. My older one just asked me for hamburger, like taco meat, the other day. I was like, all right. We're getting somewhere. He never would have eaten that before. So that was pretty cool. But I'm working on him as much as I can. Like I said, he's turning 18 in a week. He can, if he wants whatever, he can just drive and go get it. He has money. He has a car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's cool.
He lives here, but he's kind of doing his own thing, So, but he did ask me to make some taco meat, which is just, hamburger meat with a few of the spices in there, So
that's good. Yeah.
So happy. I was like, you're requesting that? All right. I'll take that.
That never happens to me. My daughter never
does.
Not without all the sugary barbecue sauce and
yeah. So here's my friend, the Baroness of Beef. If you've met her before, I'm not sure, Rhonda. She's from Australia. So hi, Baroness of Beef. Welcome. And Gail Ivy is dairy free here, but she does do goat cheese. I'm starting to like goat cheese a lot more. So I need to get some. I think I'm out. I generally just don't do, I just don't do a lot of cheese. Just very occasionally, but I do like the goat cheese.
I'll
Now.
have to try it. I never had that.
Give it a try. Let me know if you like it. It definitely has a different flavor. I don't think I used to like it. I do like it now. Like a feta cheese kind of sprinkled on a steak from time to time is pretty good.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah, give it a shot. Let's see if there's any more. Oh, Gail has a non-scale victory. Let's see what she says. She says, major NSV here. I took a nasty fall yesterday. Landed super hard on rocks on my left knee and right wrist. Result, minor bruising and inflammation of knee. No swelling. Wrist is fine. No pain. Wow. That's awesome, Gail. So, So 100%, that is great. I know what you were saying, Rhonda, about being sore. And I have been sore sprinting, so maybe I need to eat some more of that fish. But I will say that when I sleep, though, and I wake up the next morning, like I'm not just sore for days and days and days and days. Like I'll be sore and then I'll like sleep it off, and then I'll be up feeling great. So it's like my sleep is like healing me or regenerating or something, which is something that
I think
needs to happen.
I think that's true. Yeah. That's why it's so important to get enough sleep. Because it does heal.
And then No Insanity Renee, yes, I'm pretty sure this is the one I was just watching today, the video on thyroid. So if anybody wants to, what's the doctor's name, Renee, that was on there with her? Because I had it and now I lost it. But 5 Minute Body did interview a thyroid doctor. It's like an hour-long interview.
Elizabeth Bright.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's
I saw it. I watched that.
Yes. It's an excellent. I got a lot out of that today. I watched that today because, like I said, my doctor just kind of left me on my own to figure out my thyroid, I guess, because she was like, if I don't want to take a statin, she doesn't not going to talk to me about my thyroid or my vitamin D issue. So
that's not right.
She didn't bring it up, and she called me twice. And so, yeah, I am going to look into seeing if I can get another doctor. But yeah. So I'm going to try the iodine and a couple other, like getting rid of the fluoride and a few other things. And I kind of need to do one thing at a time, to see if you do too many things at once, then you don't know what helped you.
Exactly.
Anyway, but yes, thank you, Renee. That was an excellent video. I agree. Okay. So I wanted to ask you about your channel, Miss Rhonda, because we're like our hour's up.
Oh wow, that went by fast.
Or like an hour and 2 minutes. I looked up and went, oh, we're like over an hour. Can you just share with us more about your channel? It's at Carnivore Leo. How did you come up with that name? Again, I know, but maybe for people who don't know. And what does that name mean to you? And then while you're talking about that, I'll bring up your channel and show it to everybody.
Okay, so I'm a Leo. So Leos are lions and lionesses. And since I'm a Leo and I'm a lioness, I decided to call it, and lions eat meat. They're carnivores. So I came up with Carnivore Leo. And it didn't look like anybody else had that name, that handle. So that's how I named it. As far as the channel goes, I didn't have any plans even to make a YouTube video. And Carrie from Homestead How, he encouraged me to, and anyone else, to make videos to tell about their story and their journey, because he wants to spread this word about carnivore to the world. And so that's the only reason I made a video. I didn't really have any plans, but my husband, he thought of some ideas, and we're thinking about just going out and seeing if we can talk to people on the street about this way of eating. See if they'll let us document in conversations. So I do have a few videos out, mostly shorts. Carrie from Homestead How, he inspired me to do the Farm Day video because he also wants the world to support their local ranchers and farmers. And that video did pretty well. I got the most views out of any of my videos on that one. So maybe I'll do more similar videos like that, because in Northern California, towards the Bay Area, I'm sure there's more farms and you know, different types of farming like pigs and chickens, and maybe I can interview some of those. So I'll see what we can do
Yeah,
to
go
try
to
to make
if you can find like I went to the pasture raised egg place and did
a
that
song.
interview. Oh my gosh, like I didn't know what I didn't know.
That was interesting.
I would be doing lives like this and people would chime in the chat and telling me what they knew about it, which was more than I knew. And I'd be like, oh, that's so interesting, And then then I go to the actual farm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't even. And then the farmer, she's like one of us. She
That was amazing.
like her. She does eat some. She's one of the ones that does the fruit and honey as well. But she's taken out all vegetables. She eats mostly like ribeyes. And her husband's convinced that she's gonna die, but she's like, no, this is what I need to do because of her diagnosis. So yeah, when I went there, I didn't know I was gonna meet a fellow meat-based person. So that was just super cool. Yeah, Mike is chiming in, but that was like, oh man, it inspired me to want to do more, but they keep falling through. Like I keep making appointments and then they keep canceling.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm trying. I'm trying,
So
but
that's what I plan to do and see what happens, and hopefully my husband can think of some more ideas, because like I said, this wasn't really planned at all.
me
I was the one
neither.
following everybody. I was content just listening to the doctors on YouTube, and that was it.
Yeah, I have
So
the same story as you where it was Carrie and he was like, if you have a story, then you need to tell it. And I'm like, well, I have a story. And he's kind of right. Cause on me, I didn't lose 85 pounds, like you, I lost 20, like you can't see it. I have to talk about it. And now here I am like cooking on, on YouTube and all this stuff,
that was my problem too, because by the time Carrie asked about that, I already lost 80 pounds, right?
Yeah,
At that point. And so I'm like,
right.
I don't have my journey documented like all the other carnivores.
Yeah,
They have their before and after pictures.
yeah.
I may do a video again on my carniversary, and then I have a couple of pictures that I could probably show that I'll just show, because some people may not believe me, except for my first thumbnail. I did look a little bigger. They could see I was bigger and lost some weight, but I don't have that documentation, so people could say, well, she's just lying, or
Yeah. So Bold Carnivore, by the way, Rhonda, if you don't know Bold Carnivore, he's Matthew, and he did say he wanted to have you on. So if you'd like, I can hook you guys up. But
Okay.
he's giving you a suggestion to call it street meets.
Oh, I
or
like
when you
that.
go meet people on the street and talk to them. So
MEATS, right?
it could be. Yeah, it probably self-corrected. It says MEET, but I think you should spell it like I do with my meeting wellness and with the MEAT, street meets. Yes.
I love that. You know what? Since you told me I could use that, I think I will, okay?
Yeah. He told you to use it. Look, it says right there at Rhonda. He's telling you.
Yes. Okay. I look forward to hearing from you then.
Yep, I will. If you're okay with that, I'll send him your email.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. So Matthew, I will send you her email address when we're done here. So Gail Ivy, I'm not sure how far NorCal you mean. Rhonda's in NorCal, but I know there's more north than where you are, but she says that she's surrounded by cattle ranches.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. We found another California person, and it's Gail Ivy.
Is it near the Bay Area, going towards the Bay Area? I was thinking, I live in Sacramento, Sacramento, Elk Grove.
Yeah.
But that's a couple hours from the Bay Area. So I'm assuming, because like Napa Valley, they have the wine country there, but I'm sure there's
gotta be
ranches there too.
Gotta be. Yeah. So yeah, that would be super. I really enjoyed your interview. That was super interesting. I hope you can find more and do more.
Thank you.
Because those are really fun. She says, this is what she says, her answer, the foothills of Sonora.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I want to respect your time, Rhonda. We've been on for almost an hour and 10 minutes now, but
okay.
I'm holding my pen. I'm just like, I love you so much.
I can't do it.
You're so supportive.
I can't do it.
There we go. And I always want to fist bump through this.
No, this way.
Gotta go backwards. Yeah.
There we go.
Because it was like people are on now that weren't on at the beginning. So I'm going to say it again. We met online and I feel like I already know you.
We have to
It's
do a meetup one day. Maybe I'll go down to SoCal meetup.
yeah, or we could meet like halfway. Like we could meet in the wine country area.
Okay.
In the
Yeah, we
middle
should do that.
somewhere, even that would be fun. Or yeah, you can come all the way down to SoCal. I'm good with that too. And Mike Shaw will just end with his comment because he says it's nice to know that California isn't all crazy people.
Oh my goodness. You got that right.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy people. I'm not gonna lie. But there's some of us normal ones left, Mike. And yeah, Fresno meetup. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, Fresno. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
anyways, I just already felt like I knew you, but like I knew we hadn't actually talked. So I was really, really looking forward to this one.
Well,
And
thank
thanks.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on and chatting with me. And we definitely need to meet up because everybody else is so far. Like they're doing
Mhm.
the thing in
I
Chicago, and
can't go. I know.
so far for me. So
And then
we'll
the cruise too. I know hanging with the Browns, they're doing a cruise on the other side of the country. But the
yes.
keto, I think two crazy ketos. I think there's a cruise they're doing in Alaska. So that's on our side.
That is on our side, and I did see that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is to Alaska, which I think would be amazing. Maybe
Yeah,
we
they
could
probably
meet Bill as we.
they're probably yeah. Hi, Bill.
Hi,
They're probably
Bill.
sold
We're
out.
Alaska. So yeah, that you're right. That one is in Alaska. When is that? Do you know when it is? Because I did see that and it didn't like occur to me.
I
That's the
don't.
thing is I can't just take off like during the school year,
Yeah, I think it's. I don't remember next year, and I don't know if they're almost sold out to be honest. So because
Yeah,
like the other like hanging with the Browns, I think it was only 50 slots.
right.
So
Right. Well, one
yeah,
of the things for next year that I want to do, and I'm hoping a bunch of us that kind of got to know each other around the same time, is go to something like Keto Palooza, and just everybody plan to go to the same one, and so we could all meet in real life
we should
because
have one in San Francisco or something. There's got to be other carnivores that live around the Bay Area that we could be, or even in LA,
yeah.
somewhere,
Well, my I don't know if you know where Walnut Creek is, but my grandparents, when they were still alive, that's where they live. So I'm cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go up once or twice a year to the Bay Area to
Yeah.
visit Walnut Creek, and I'm a little bit familiar. Like I can drive up there and get around, and I don't feel like a complete stranger.
Yeah, I would drive there too. It's not that far really from me. So.
Yeah,
And
totally.
LA is only 6 hour drive. I have
Isn't it?
relatives that live there. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Gail says she can't do cruises. Ships are full of mold. You're not wrong, Gail.
Oh, okay.
Not
I
wrong.
didn't think about that. I've never been on one.
Yeah, me neither. I'm afraid I'd get seasick. But maybe with my new carnivore, like I didn't pass out when they took my blood, and I used to pass out every time.
Oh
So
wow.
maybe I wouldn't be as seasick. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Well,
This was fun.
this was really fun. I know I can't stop with Mike's comments. He was born in Compton, so
You were? No,
he's
really?
like a native. I mean, he doesn't live in California now, but he was born here. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching us, and we will see you next time. I'll be live again tomorrow with Lioness Lifestyle. Maybe I'll see you guys around there.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.